Hey everybody, and welcome back to Silent Hill 2. Last time, a lot of stuff happened. We entered Rosewater Park and found a woman there named Maria, who is not Mary, but feels very similar to her somehow. With her, we went over to the west side of Silent Hill, which is not visible on my map right now. We stopped at a bowling alley, found the little girl named Laura again. We learned that's what her name was, and we know that she knows something about Mary, so we're currently trying to track her down. She went into this hospital, and we're on the hunt for her. Alright, so this time, the only place we haven't been in the hospital, we've done pretty much everything else, but we have not gone down to the first floor yet, because, oh, hang on, that's the apartments, because that door there is locked, from the opening into the rooms that contain the C rooms. That door there is locked, and we do not have the key for it. But, what we do have is the elevator key, which has an ear on it. For some reason. I did not know that until now. That is very strange. Okay. We found it stuck in the bath pipe. I don't know what it was doing down there. I don't know why it has an ear on it. I don't know why there's so many dead monsters in this hallway in the middle of a hospital and there's no one actually alive around. Aside from Maria, of course, who, by the way, is taking a nap in one of these rooms up here. She'll be alright. Monsters can't open doors. You used an elevator key. Yeah, the one of many elevator keys in the world. I mean, you would have to make multiple copies of each key. Why does it look like this elevator has bathroom tiles as a floor? I don't think elevators are usually made out of that. That seems a little strange. Go back to interact with these buttons, and you can indeed choose whatever floor you want. Again, like I may have said earlier in the playthrough, younger me would have loved this, being able to take an elevator to whatever floor he liked. I was obsessed with elevators as a kid. Just like, I always hoped to either have a virtual elevator I could control at will, or a little model elevator on a thing in real life. There was a Playmobil set where you could build an airport, and it had an elevator attached, and I loved that thing. Unfortunately, it took a long time to build. Also, I could slide a little elevator up and down. You know, it wasn't that great in the end, but I still had fun with it. Okay, well, here's the bottom floor. I do have a small question relating to that, but I think I'll get into that later, because I know what we're moving on into. Hey, benches! A nice place to sit down. Oh yeah, we don't want to go in there. There's a bunch of C4 in there. Could blow this place up. Someone sets it off. Hello, there's shotgun shells right there. It's been a long time since I played this last. I think almost a week. That's because the weekend was hot, and I don't want to record this game on a day where I have to keep my fans on, because this is an atmospheric, horror game. I want to let the sound design play, and so I don't want there to be a huge, loud fan noise every time I talk. That would not be very good. I do not want to go into this room just yet, for a very specific reason. Lock is broken. How about C1? Lock is broken. It's locked. Wait. Oh, okay, so we might be able to find our way into examining room 2 sometime? I say that with a question mark because I don't think we can, but in other news, we finally unlocked this. This is the door that was locked. Couldn't open it before. Alright, well, I guess back into C2 we go then. Let's see to it!
Laura?
Huh? You know my name?
Eddie told me.
That big fat blabbermouth.
How do you know about Mary?
What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No, I won't.
I was friends with Mary. We met at the hospital. It was last year.
You liar! Laura,
Fine, don't believe me.
But last year, Mary was already... I'm sorry, Laura. Anyway, let's go. We can talk about this later. This is no place for a kid. There are all sorts of strange things around here. I can't believe you haven't even gotten a scratch on you.
Why should I? Wait! There's something I gotta get.
Later, okay?
But it's really important.
What is it?
A letter from Mary.
Huh?
I wanna go get it. Is that okay?
Yes!
Come on, hurry up.
Is it in there?
Yeah, in the back.
What are you doing, Laura?
It's further back in the desk.
Laura! What are you doing?
Ha ha, I tricked you.
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Do ya? What's the magic word?
Laura?
Okay, I guess I won't open it. I think I'll just leave you like this.
You snotty little brat! Open up!
Why, you...
Laura?
You hurt me!
James, buddy, I know you've been through a lot. You're really struggling right now. Your mood is kind of down low, but you snotty little brat is not the magic word. Okay, Laura has trapped us inside this room, and unbeknownst to her, there are two monsters in here we now have to fight off. These things are, I want to say, called bedheads? They look like something inside of a bed frame, with 2 feet sticking out, and a mouth in a very strange location. Alright, in the remake, this battle is very different. There's only one of these things, but it has a lot more fancy moves and attacks. In this version, you just kind of have to run away from them when they get close, and that's about it. I think I'm out of ammo. James is refusing to shoot, and I don't know why. Okay, I don't know. I was pressing the button. Okay, maybe I was pressing the wrong button. Yeah, I was holding shift for some reason while aiming. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's the block button, which I have never used, I don't think. Okay. This battle's not very hard. Oh, it looks like they might be able to kick you as well, but yeah, it's not very hard. You just have to run away, fire back at them. But do they have like a bathroom tile on the back? Or maybe that's like their bed mattress or whatever. Okay, I killed one of them. So that's good. Maybe I could give the handgun some love here. Reload you, switch to handgun. Just so I can, fire more times to be more satisfying that way. The knockback that shooting them causes makes this a cinch. I wonder what action difficulty hard mode does. If it just turns up the health or the damage, probably both. That's probably all it does. I can't imagine like the enemies are faster, but you never know. This game has a lot of surprisingly well-developed mechanics for its age. Okay, so now they're both dead, but then here comes the third one. Yeah, this definitely isn't in the remake. I don't think this third one is any different. We'll just take it out the same way. Reload you, switch back to this, just because, only one of them, the shotgun makes more sense. Okay, well, it got kicked. That's fine. Blast you again. Oh yeah, and if you listen in the background, there's a siren playing right now. Buddy, you okay? I was letting you listen to the siren, but now the AI is messing up. Man, if I played this game when I was younger, that siren would have scared me. I remember tornado sirens used to scare me all the freaking time. I think my family would warn me every time they were about to do a test. Oh god, oh god. Alright, we'll reload. We'll have a nice beverage in the corner over here, you know, while we're fighting for our life. Bam! How many more hits can you take? Oh. So to explain what just happened, we mysteriously passed out after the fight, and then got wheeled off here. Apparently this is outside since it's raining. If we check the map, we can see this is the garden of the hospital. But if you notice, all of the doors are no longer marked. It's like we've never been here before. The whole garden has been walled off. And the door... that looks a lot more run down than even the doors in the first hospital, which is kind of a surprise. Oh, shoot, I am running out of shotgun. Let me switch back to this then. How about that? I didn't think I would be able to... I didn't think I would use up all of my shells there, but I guess I did. Back inside, the place looks very different. This door's covered in a tarp, and... or no, that's just a door. That's just what the door looks like, apparently. Okay. Got more shotgun shells. Let me just shove those in. There we go. Got a save point here. And if I save... this is known as Hospital Alternate. This is the first appearance of the Otherworld of Silent Hill. Every Silent Hill game has the main fog world, which is the regular foggy town you explore at the start of the game, but at a certain point, you enter the Otherworld, which is a much more run-down, nightmarish place than the foggy world. This Otherworld looks very different from the usual style that appears in Silent Hill 1 and 3. It's somewhat similar. There's got a lot of rust, a lot of orange and red, but not quite as much orange and red as Silent Hill 1 or 3, from what I understand. Okay, lock is broken. The elevator does work, except the walls are covered in a tarp now. Alright, I want to go back out. I think if you want to go back out, you have to press the door open button. And then it'll just put you right back out. But yeah, I haven't seen any of this hallway, so let's get started with this. I hope Maria's doing fine in this world the way it is. Whoa, camera, okay. So as we go through this hall, there are some things to ponder. In that dialogue exchange with Laura, she expressed confusion at us talking about there being monsters. Oh, hi. Speaking of monsters, it's more nurses. And by more nurses, I mean one nurse. Close enough. But yeah, she was very confused at the fact that there were monsters, and she even, she even said something similar when we met her outside that one time. Like, I think James asked her, "What's a kid like you doing around here?" And she said, "Are you blind or something?" So, she doesn't seem to see anything wrong with the town. Similarly, when we met Eddie, he hadn't seen the red pyramid head thing before. Oh god, oh god. Though he does mention that there are monsters. Whoa, hello. Meanwhile, Angela, when we met her in the apartments, she didn't express the presence of monsters at all. She did not mention anything about them. And yet Maria does, so it's all very curious. Hello. It's like veins on the floor, holy shit. And now, like, you know, why are we passed out and waking up in this much more run-down looking place? What in the frick is happening? This is a lot more than just some outbreak that transformed everyone into zombies. Like, up until this point, I've been, theorizing on the basis of reality, but... is this reality? I'll just leave it there for now. Okay, that seems to be every single door. Tried and true. Make our way back to the elevator so we can go to, let's start with floor 2. We'll just take it one step at a time. We do have to re-explore the whole hospital again, but that's fine. In the remake, it's certainly a lot... Okay, this button does nothing, as I thought. In the remake, it's certainly a lot less enjoyable having to do this again, because the hospital is huge, and the first one takes you forever, and now you have to do it again? Okay, there's nurses here. Awesome. This nurse, look at her. She's like... She is covered in muck. And I think some of the nurses also have, like, red squares on their face. Almost like the red squares we use to save. I don't know what that means, but some people have claimed that there is a meaning with it. I don't know anything about it, though. There's definitely... Why did I reload just that? Wait. Wait, how do you reload a gun on command? I just... Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna... Can I... No, that'll just shoot it again. I swear, I did nothing, and he just reloaded the gun. Maybe I was trying to shoot it with an empty... I don't know, man. R? Oh, okay, R does reload the gun. Hold on, let me check real quick. What is R bound to? Before we explore whatever that thing is in the other wall. Oh, there is a reload button. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. You don't have to open the inventory to reload your gun every single time. I mean, it's still worth doing just so that you see the, how much ammo you have left. Okay, we have a bunch of zombie arms reaching up to the dry cell battery in the basement storeroom key in the wall. Okay, so now we can go into the basement. That's good to know. There's a piece of paper on the bed. I was locked up inside the basement's basement. It was so small and dark, and I was so afraid. I dropped my precious ring, but I will never, ever go back there. Okay, we can find a ring down in the basement's basement. You know, basement's basement is one of the few phrases in this game that you hear, and you kind of get what it means. Like, there's a basement underneath the basement. Yeah, that sometimes happens. It's not as much of a riddle as some of the other texts can be. Alright. Like, the lock is broken. Oh, God. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Let me... Oh, God. Oh, no. I've been ambushed from all sides. All right. I'm going to bring the shotgun into that room. Yeah, first I was chased out by those guys, and then you respawned. I don't know. I like reloading the guns through the menu. It's kind of fun. Okay, we're going to go in with the shotgun. Got you. Where's the other one? There were two. Where'd the other one go? Did it follow me outside? Was that not a respawning one out in the hallway? Alright. Everything's covered in tarps, and it looks like... It looks as if they're trying to protect it from water damage. Also... Okay, it's just a mob. Also, this ambience in the background is awesome, can I just say? Once again, this is, like, my favorite horror game soundtrack I've ever heard. Used to be Amnesia: The Dark Descent for a while, but I think this game has beaten it. Because, you know, Amnesia: The Dark Descent has great ambience, but, like, this one has more actual songs in it in addition to the ambience, and it's all just so good. That knob, that looks like a piece of stone. That doesn't look like a knob. Okay. The walls are covered in green. Oh, hi. And you know, everything in this other world makes a lot less sense. And the main world already didn't. These almost look like toilets when they're covered in cloth, but I know they're supposed to be chairs. Okay, how about this? There's something that looks like a refrigerator. Will you open it? Sure, I'm feeling hungry. Let's take some food. It's no good. The door is too heavy to open by myself. Interesting. So we need a second person with us. I wonder who that second person will be. Well, I guess we can start on our way up to her, assuming this door doesn't open. Okay, it does not. That is every door on this floor, then? It is indeed. Up to the 3rd floor we go, and while we do, I would like to say something I've been thinking about just before starting recording, because I knew we were going to be riding this elevator. I wonder why it is that so many video games don't program elevators like the same way they would work in real life. That is, like, they actually move the elevator car itself in a 3D space. Hi, okay, I'm assuming there are enemies immediately this way. Okay, there weren't, but they sounded like they were right there. You know, the way an elevator works in real life is the whole car moves in a 3D space, and you can choose where it goes. You press the button on the inside, and the elevator goes to that floor. Makes perfect sense. But every game ever doesn't feel like making elevators work that way. I mean, in this game's case, the elevator is a separate room from the rest of the hospital, and then, you know, you choose the floor, and then there's a fade to black. So basically, you choose the floor, and the game spawns you in the correct location, so that's already, like, you know, kind of weird. But then, even if the elevator itself does move, games usually take shortcuts, I guess, to make it easier to program, and I'm kind of wondering why that is. Like, is it really hard to program an elevator that way? Because that would be interesting to know. Hello? Handgun bullets, and an ampoule, or whatever. Ampoule? I don't know. Restores energy by relieving pain. Effects are powerful. If I'm not mistaken, this is a full heal, this item right here. At the very least, it's such a big heal, it might as well be a full heal. There's a piece of paper on the bed. Just some doodle. Huh, something is written on it. She is an angel no one knows. Only I can see the Lady of the Door. They cannot walk along her bridge of thread. They fall from the weight of their crimes. Only I can see the Lady of the Door. Like bloated and ugly corpses, their sins, she devours them. Sin and sinner alike, she saves me. She is an angel. That makes me wonder something. You talking about this lady on the door? That I passed right by? It's locked. There's a painting of a woman on the door. Oddly enough, the hand part of the painting is actually 3D and sticks out. So that note in there was written by me? Was written by James, more specifically? Is that what I'm guessing? I don't know what it all means, though. And that's just how I am with poetry. I don't understand it. Abstract ideas are something I struggle with. Which is why psychological horror games like this one can be kind of hard for me to figure out. That's why I can't really tell you answers for things, because I don't know them. Hello? There are empty medicine bottles here. Is this what Maria was taking? Is Maria sick now too? Maria's not here. Where could she have gone? I don't know, you might want to check wherever this deep breathing is coming from first. Maybe she's there. Maybe she's just in the walls now. Or something took her. Or maybe she's under this? You could always lift that up? No? Okay. I'm just gonna get out of there. I don't like the breathing. That is a scary sound. Lock is broken. But yeah, expanding more on the whole elevators thing. If a game does have an elevator move in a 3D space, they usually take some kind of shortcut. And those are like, either the elevator moves between 2 points. You can't actually control where it goes at all. Okay, apparently there's no enemies in front of me. That's good to know. Hello. Got you. So yeah, like, you get on the elevator and then it goes up to a predetermined location. That sounds familiar, just look at Dark Souls, you know? It's either that, or it's like, instead of the elevator car itself moving, the entire environment outside the elevator starts moving. You know, or it takes the loading screen route like Silent Hill 2 does. It's just, yeah, for some reason, game programmers don't seem interested in making an elevator actually work like an elevator. They always find a way around it. And I'm just wondering why that is. Anyway, it's not like a problem. I mean, younger me considers it a problem. I'm looking out for my younger self here, who is very annoyed at all the games that don't have proper elevators. But yeah, ultimately, Adult me does not care, so. Oh, this is an could have fooled me. That does not look like an elevator. Okay, looking closely, it does kind of look like an elevator. What buttons, though? What buttons are you pressing? There ain't nothing there. The other world removed them. It's the patch notes. Removed buttons of this elevator. This whole place is green. It looks like moss or algae is growing on it. Once again, with the theme of water damage in these locations. Opening up the door. Okay, we have a save point here. Cool. Eventually, I shall take it. That's the downside with controlling this game with keyboard. I will say, though, even though, you know, at first, controlling this game with keyboard sounds like a nightmare, I do think there are advantages to it. For example, I am controlling the whole game with just one hand. My right hand isn't doing anything right now, because there's no mouse control in this game whatsoever. I can't open the roof. And so this is somewhat accessible to those who are unable to play games because they don't have two functioning hands. This means that, like, if you're one of those people, you can play Silent Hill 2 on PC. Enhanced Edition, anyway. Okay, so these rooms out here just aren't accessible at all in the Otherworld version, it seems. By the way, I haven't actually looked at the dry cell battery. Got it in the hospital room, just an ordinary dry cell battery. It's almost creepier to be receiving ordinary items in a place like this. Basement storeroom key. Okay, nothing special about it. With that strange painting. Inside the wall with that strange... Oh yeah, the painting of the zombie hands reaching up to it. Yeah, got it. Key to the hospital basement storeroom, so I guess we'll be on our way down there. We are in the stairwell now. So we would have had to gone up to floor 3 anyway to access the stairwell. Hello? Anyone there? I heard a squeal. I'm actually going to wait around here for a while. That noise is supposed to repeat down here, I'm pretty sure. But it seems like it doesn't want to for me. It only ever plays that one time as I'm going down. Anything in this wall here? No? Alright then, let's go inside. Use the storeroom key. Let's see. Bullets. Shells. Close enough. Back wall. Can't see anything involved with it, so let's push this shelf aside. There's a shelf here. There are red handprints on the shelf. Move the shelf? Of course. This definitely won't get me killed. Alright. Take a look down there,
James. Then. Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I just...
Then stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me. So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but... she ran away.
We've got to find her.
You really seem to care about her. Do you know her?
I've never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone. And for some reason, I feel like it's up to me to protect her.
Wonder why that could be. Alright, well, I guess I'll continue going down here. Maria seems very keen in, like, pushing herself onto us for some reason. She, like, really, really wants to tag along. Copper ring, okay. We got a spider. I mean, it makes sense. If you're, you know, alone in this town and there's freakish monsters everywhere chasing you, then why wouldn't you want to stick with someone else, right? Forgive me for being a little accusatory sometimes. It's just, you know, I don't mean to come across that way. Okay. So we have a ring. The only place I can think to use the ring is the painting on the top floor. We could probably stick it on one of the hands. In other news, there is that one fridge, and now that Maria's back with us, we should be able to enlist her help in opening it. At least that's what James said. He can't do it by himself, so. Alright, let's save the game right here. I don't think we can access the roof at all anymore. Maria, are you alright, Maria? Okay, she's there. It's just, couldn't see her on the screen, so wasn't aware. We got a code here. We don't have to open this anymore, do we? Where was that fridge again? Oh, it was probably on the second floor. Well, that means we have to go through the elevator anyway, so let's do that. Whoa, camera. Alright, sure. We're gonna use this shot instead. We passed the elevator, though, so that's unfortunate. While we're here, we may as well use this on this. See if it works. I put the copper ring on the hand of the lady in the painting. What? It's a hand? That's what it is. It's not a fake hand or any... I mean, it is a fake hand, but still. It is a hand. You don't have to surround it in quotation marks. Alright, I think it was on floor 2.
Correctly and receive the punishment. It all depends on you. And our lucky, or should I say unlucky challenger today is James. James Sunderland! Are you ready to play trick or treat? Okay, here's your first question. Merry-go-round, haunted house, roller coaster, Ferris wheel, and teacups. Silent Hill is home to a thrilling amusement park that both children and adults love. The question is, what is the name of this amusement park? 1. Fantasyland. 2. Silent Hill Amusement Park. 3. Lakeside Amusement Park. Okay, quickly on to question number 2. Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood, and finally, glittered tears. What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. Now the question, what was the name of the murderer who committed this vile act? 1. Walter Sullivan. 2. Scott Fairbanks. 3. Eric Dane. Now for our third and final question. South of the lake is a deserted old neighborhood called South Vale. From there to Pale Vale, the central resort area northwest of the lake, there's only one road you can take. Just one road, no more. The third and final question is, what is the name of that road? 1. Bachman Road. 2. Rindell Street. 3. Nathan Avenue. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? When you know the answers, head to the storeroom on the 3rd floor to collect your prizes. But be careful if you're wrong. Well then, everybody, thanks for tuning in. See you again sometime. Bye-bye.
What was that?
Okay, so onto the fridge. No, I'm not playing a modded version of the game or anything. That's actually in the real game. I couldn't believe it when I first saw it. It's just the most random shit. I love how bizarre the Silent Hill games can be sometimes. Alright, let's open the fridge. Then we'll check out the storeroom on the 3rd floor, I guess.
You can't open it?
Yeah, Maria, give me a hand here.
Come on. You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help? What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, James. You take it.
Thanks.
I got the lead ring. I like how she comments on that ring, but not the other ring. Oh. Yeah, that is not very cute, is it? That definitely does not look as good as the other ring does. There's nothing in the refrigerator anymore. A hideous smell is coming from inside. Probably coming from the ring looking like that. Let's see, what would that ring do in Dark Souls? Decrease effects of hollowing in the third game. Yeah, I don't know. I like looking at rings in real life and trying to guess what their effect would be if they were in Dark Souls as equipable. I don't know why, I like doing that. Alright, let's go back up to the third floor, check out the storeroom, because I think I know the answers to those questions. So, what was the name of the amusement park across the lake? That is Lakeside Amusement Park. Second one was Who Murdered Those Children? We read about him in the magazine. That was Walter Sullivan, who I believe appears in Silent Hill 4, actually, as a character. Fun fact. Okay, yes, we've been in here before, but this was not here before. Hi, Maria jumpscare. So if you inspect it, I want to say it is number 3 for question 1, number 1 for question 2, and then the road that goes all the way around is Nathan Avenue for number 3. Indeed, we got it correct. I don't know what happens if you get it wrong. I'm not about to find out. Let's take the oodles of ammo. I'm causing James to, like, stutter there. That was funny. The oodles of ammunition and the, like, 2 of these that were in there. It was a ton of shotgun shells. Let's re-equip the shotgun. No reason not to. And then let's shoot Maria. I'm kidding. You can actually shoot and attack Maria. I wouldn't recommend it. Killing her gives you a game over naturally. And I think, in general, if she dies, you get a game over. Makes sense. And you don't want to shoot her for no reason, do you? Alright, I was kind of curious to see if I opened my inventory during that whole game show dialogue, if the radio would have a changed description or something during that time, because the dialogue came from James's radio. But I was worried it would skip it, and I didn't want to skip it, so that's why I did nothing there. Put the lead ring on the land. On the land, yes. The lead ring on the land of the painting. Now this door should be unlocked. Oh, it's another stairwell. One that I don't think we were able to access in the first hospital, yeah. Makes sense that it would be right next to the elevator. Is that a paper on the floor? Ooh, what is that? I took the director's key, the one to the museum. I hid it behind the praying woman when I went out for the day trip. I picked it up, but I did not steal it. I'm not a criminal. Well, you're not a criminal, but you might be a criminal. I'll just say that. Okay. I don't remember reading that on my first playthrough. I hope that's not like a New Game Plus thing. There's a scroll right next to it. Wait, is that... Okay, that's the scroll. Cool, so there's we have to go by the praying woman later on to get the key to the museum. Yeah, I tried that. Probably tried that door already. I guess down to the... Oh wait, no, this would be the first floor. I guess down to the basement then. Oh, yeah, that's oh yes, this is great. Alright. Let's head down. We've seen worse basements before. Yeah, this doesn't seem that bad. Okay, well, it didn't seem that bad until now. Until we heard those footsteps, and oh god, Maria, come, Maria, can you move at a pace? That's Pyramid Head behind her. Oh my god, Maria, you want to move. Faster than that, Maria. Maria, faster than that. Okay, that works, whatever. Let's just go, let's go. You run out ahead, I think she catches up easier. Yeah, but so does Pyramid Head. Oh no, Maria's being stabbed, no. All right, get to the elevator.
James!
I had to let you listen to that song for a bit. We have failed Maria. Or, well, the elevator did. And her high-heeled boots did, frankly. But, aside from that, we couldn't save her. She fell victim to Pyramid Head. Map show anything? Okay, so all our marks are back. Or no, they're not. This is still the alternate hospital. Yeah, apparently there's supposed to be a door here. Not there anymore. First, the hole here is gone now. Now the door here is gone now. All these doors don't work. I think there are a couple that do, though. That's why I'm insistent on trying them. I have to know. The only way to achieve 100% in this game. Mark every single door on the map. Have I gotten these yet? No, I was avoiding them so I could let you listen to the music without the sound of me rattling every single door playing. Well, I guess we'll have to carry on by ourselves. In here. He who is not bold enough to be stared at from across the abyss is not bold enough to stare into it himself. The truth can only be learned by marching forward. Follow the map. There's a letter and a wrench. That note comes from the previous note we read in the stairwell, the note about the Historical Society. That's the museum. The hospital lobby key. Personally, I guess it was fine for me to talk over that cutscene. Personally, the place feels a lot more like a visitor center when you actually get there, but let me not spoil. How about that? I hope I haven't been missing anything on these bookshelves, because I think there are some things you can miss, but I don't think we've seen everything yet. Books about medicine, the town, and the region are lined up here. I don't have the time to stand around reading all this. Yeah, especially after we've seen Laura outside again. Ooh, there's an old book here about the history of Silent Hill. Nothing to say about it? Cool. Not gonna look into the history of this place you're trapped inside of? Maybe that could help you escape? That looks like Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy over there. Like, you see that the face on something that looks like a snake? I mean, there's two of them, so... You know, and there's only one Rykard, but, you know. I do like that message of, like, he was not bold enough to stare into the abyss. Or, he was not... I don't remember what it said, but it's a cool line. I like it. Okay, that should be every single door in this place, so... Nothing left to do but go outside. Oh. Save first. Maria's dead. I couldn't protect her. And Laura has run off somewhere. Once again, I couldn't do anything to help. Mary, what should I do? Are you really waiting somewhere for me? Or is this your way of taking... I'm going to find Mary. It's the only thing I have left to hope for. James's mental state is in a dark place right now. A dark place... kinda like Silent Hill. Kinda like how the town looks right now. Probably a connection there. No trespassing. Well, too bad. I trespassed the hospital. No one was there to stop me aside from the monsters, and they did a terrible job. So now we're out here again. We're looking for... Obviously, we're looking for the letter and the wrench down over here. So we could just, I guess, go down Rendell, make our way over there. Rendell Street is a real street. Okay. I think the first option of that quiz, that weird quiz, is a fake street that is not in this game at all. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, though. Now, as you can hear, we do have more monsters, and they are nurses. We're now encountering nurses outside. I don't know if this is, if this outside portion of Silent Hill at nighttime is in the other world still, or if we've left that behind, and we're now back in the regular fog world. I'm just gonna leave that as an I don't know, because ultimately, it doesn't matter. We're in the town again, and it's dark now. That's the main deal. Oh, hi. Healing items. I'll take those. I think that, that road was blocked first time, either by a fence or by something else. So now it's unblocked. So now we're allowed through. That's the strength of psychological horror games. You get to just reshape the environment at various stages of the game, and the players accept it, because the whole point of it is that they have no idea what the frick's going on. That the place doesn't feel real. Perhaps because it isn't. But we don't know that yet. Oh yeah, one other interesting thing in the exchange with Laura we had earlier. How am I on shotgun ammo, by the way? I'm alright. Let's switch back to gun for a while, though. Another interesting thing is that Laura mentioned she was friends with Mary. She met Mary in the hospital last year. Yet according to James, Mary died 3 years ago. So either Laura was lying, or James is lying. A gate here, can't open that. Two little drains right next to each other. I guess so that two people can enter at the same time. Two people working in the sewers can enter. Okay, parking lot, I don't see anything to do here. In the remake, there'll probably be lots to do here. I don't know what the nighttime section of Silent Hill 2 in the remake looks like. We're now past the point I watched up to in the remake. I just kind of stopped watching, I guess because it was just taking so long. I think that is my biggest problem with the remake, is that it adds a bunch of fluff that I don't think was necessary. Like, adding some extra stuff, sure. Adding interiors to the buildings in Silent Hill, great. But making every area last so much longer, adding new pointless puzzles that just extend time, I don't know how I feel about that. I think that this original game is paced super well. All the story moments happen with, like, you know, relatively good pacing. And yet in the remake, it felt like it took forever to get any kind of story update. At least from the playthrough I watched, because I haven't played the remake myself. I watched someone else play it, and that someone else was taking it quite slowly. That being said, I would also probably take it that slowly as well if I was playing it and I was in a world that detailed with that many little things to look at, so, you know. Wouldn't be far off from the experience I had. And, you know, that means it just takes forever to get anywhere in that game because they add so much crap to it. When I think, like, the simplicity of this original version, I like a lot more, personally. The Silent Hill 2 remake also adds a lot of fluff to your SSD, but that's besides the point. Though that is another major reason why I don't want to play it. We haven't picked these up before, have we? Rifle shells. Ammunition for a hunting rifle. They come from an owl, apparently. These inventory sprites, by the way, these are, like, brand new sprites for the Enhanced Edition. I don't think the ammo boxes look like this in the original version. They're slightly different. They have a slightly different design. I think same with this stuff, honestly. But for the Enhanced Edition, I guess they just took the inventory sprites their own direction. Keep out, trespassers will be prosecuted. That sign set up by Pyramid Head or something? Well, I've certainly felt like I've been prosecuted a couple times. Actually, what does prosecuted mean? Because I'm sure prosecuted doesn't mean being smacked with a giant sword and falling through the roof of a hospital. I don't think that's quite the same definition. What does that sign say? Hold on. James, stop breathing. Meme to Rifq. There's no parking at the top. Maybe it's like no parking from this time to something else. Not really sure. Anyway, someone's losing their mind over here. It's probably another nurse. I will say, this section where you're wandering around outside at nighttime, not my favorite. There's just a lot of enemies. I could start running past them. I don't have to fight every single one, but I feel compelled to, you know? At the same time, the enemies don't drop anything, so it's not like you're rewarded for killing them. Which might make sense with something we'll talk about later. Though I guess we're far enough along now that I can point something out. Have you noticed how all of the regular enemies we've been fighting are feminine in shape? And the big bad we've been avoiding, Pyramid Head, is masculine in shape? Well, these have been fenced off now. I think you would be able to go up those stairs before. Yeah, I'm just gonna run past you. I don't really feel like it. I just feel like running past them makes it a little less tense because it's so easy to do. You just hold shift and W. It's like Dead by Daylight. Hold shift and W and the killer can't catch you. Alright, I'm at 54 minutes, though I do think I'm gonna complete this whole, nighttime Silent Hill section before we're done. I would like to make it to the Historical Society before the video ends. That's my main goal, so even if we have to go on for 16 more minutes, whatever. I see they've trapped all the children in these school buses. I will get you out! I don't think shooting the school buses is a good idea. How about I just leave? I would be terrible at rescuing them if that's my first instinct. Anything behind the car? No. Alright, how about this way? Yeah, I was trying to break the fence. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a stretch. That's an excuse, if I've ever heard one. I wish it was easier to control the freaking camera. See, like, when you hold search view, the game controls are still bound to what they are at the normal camera angle, so if I, like, do this... okay, never mind. I don't know. The camera's just weird, but we all know this. You've seen me play this game. You know that the camera in this game is weird. So this area, if you remember... This is Saul Street, and he did mark that with a red line indicating it is crossed out. If we zoom out, move to the right, that's apartments, that's hospital, that's zoomed out Silent Hill. There we go. That connects down there to that area, but we were unable to access it before. Now, however, we can. There's a new path open to us. It's a path covered in chain link fences. This is not structurally sound. This is not OSHA compliant. I'm sorry, Otherworld. You really need to hire some better builders, because man. In this room is actually a new enemy. Though I hesitate to call them that because they're really not hard at all. And you can easily run past them. In fact, that's what I choose to do because I don't think it's very hard to attack them. Yeah, those things. They've got the same mouths that the bedhead monster did back in the hospital. They can stab at you if you're close. Oh god, like they just did. And it looks to me like some kind of humanoid figure in a very distressing position, like hanging on to the cage for dear life before they fall. And they just stabbed. Alright, I'm done. You can try to shoot them, but in my experience, I've never been able to kill them. So, I'll just leave it alone. Okay, now we're on the other side of Silent Hill. They do a lot of damage. Good to know. I have healed. Let's see. Danger, construction area. Keep out. Oops. Wait a second. Wait a moment. Alright. These are new. There were definitely not shotgun shells here before, because this is the original RV camper we went into, at the start of the game. Pointed us to Neely's bar. Anything new in here? I'll wait at Bar Neely's. Okay. No, nothing new. Ooh, look at that thing behind the bed there. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. That was either extremely hard to notice or completely unnoticeable earlier because we didn't have the flashlight when we came here the first time. Now that we do, we can light it up and see that. That's a cool painting. Hello there. That's another way I struggle with abstract concepts. Whenever I see a painting like that, to me, it just looks like shapes. It just looks like a cool pattern. That's all I see it as. And yet, for some people, there's like actual emotion and story going on, and I'm like, what? You're seeing that? You're seeing a story in that? That's just some circles. I'm sorry if that makes me really boring, but that's just how I am. It's hard for me to grasp that kind of shit. Because I know, like, outside of one college campus near to where I live, outside one of the buildings, there's this statue that is called, like, two people holding hands. It does not look like two people holding hands at all. I do not know how you get that out of it, but it just looks like a blob with some, like, sharp edges. I'm sure a lot of thought went into that design. But, like, you know, you read its name and you're like, wait, that's what it's supposed to be? Or at least I do. I don't know, maybe other people see it as two people holding hands instantly, and I'm just the stupidest person on Earth. I'd accept that. Pow! Boop. I kind of feel bad for kicking these things in the crotch. Especially when they're feminine in shape. I feel like I shouldn't be doing that, but, like, they are trying to kill me. And, you know, sometimes they can get back up before you can successfully kill them. I've gotta say, the lying figures, which are the first enemies we fought, the vomit guys, as I refer to them as, they are way harder enemies than both mannequin legs and nurses, because, like, they have that vomit attack that comes out really quick. Oh my god, there's a new item over here where there was one before. Rifle shells. Now, can I have a burger? Can I have a 2 a.m. happy burger? Oh man, me and my family once went to a McDonald's at 2 a.m. It was the coolest experience I've ever had eating at a McDonald's. It was just very surreal, and I loved it. We were like, just off the cuff, I guess you could say, of stargazing. There was another time we were out stargazing looking for, I think, the Perseid meteors that follow along with the comet that comes around every few years. I can't remember if that's the exact purpose we were out there, but either way, we were out there for so long, like, the sun started rising. We were genuinely sitting out there for, like, 4 hours. And it didn't feel like 4 hours. I did not need to kick you. That was the most pointless kick. It didn't feel like 4 hours at all. Because it was, I guess I just found it so much fun. And then we ended up also eating at a McDonald's at like 5 in the morning. It was, those were good times, man. Then, you know, we all got home and everyone was like, everyone go to bed, and I refused. I was too energized by how cool the experience was. I couldn't sleep. Okay, so, according to the map around here, should be the letter in the wrench that we need. That does say Mexican Open. Stompy stomps, stompy stomps. Alright, I don't think anything else is different around these parts. Hey, hello there, porch. Look, it's a wrench. And a letter. The map makes it seem like these are inside of the building, like inside of the Texan restaurant, but they're not. Or perhaps you are a fool. The truth usually betrays people. A part of that abyss is in the old society. The key to the society is in the park, at the foot of the praying woman, inside of the ground, inside of a box. To open it, I need a wrench. My patient buried it there. I knew, but did nothing. It made me uneasy to have such a thing near. I wasn't looking for the truth. I was looking for tranquility. I also saw that thing. I fled, but the museum was sealed as well. Now, no one dares to approach that place. If you still do not wish to stop, James, I pray to the Lord to have mercy on your eternal soul. Shouldn't it be eternal mercy on my soul? Okay, but aside from that, that was interesting. I saw that thing. What thing did they see? What thing is that? Are they talking about Pyramid Head? They seem to be a doctor at the hospital, and there was that one note talking about how, you know, shouldn't we just let this guy stay in the other world, the fantasy land, if it's so nice there? Why must we punish them by bringing them back into reality? Well, to that I answer, because reality is reality, and, you know, we live in it, and at some point, you gotta face it. There's a red paper here. Save the game. This is called parking lot. I think I pointed this out before. This is not a parking lot. I'm sorry. This is an alley with a thing off to the side. Like this, I guess you could call this alley a parking lot. I'm just going back here in case there's something new. We do have to start backtracking. I just want to see if there's anything new here. Can't open it. It's blocked off now with like a metal fence. It looks different. That's so cool. I love all the little details added in this transformation Silent Hill has gone under. If you do not have the steel pipe yet right now, not that you're going to have much reason to use it, since you get so much gun ammo. Then you do get a chance to go back and grab it at this point. In fact, you're likely going to grab it, if you haven't by now, on your way up to Rosewater Park. Alright. I agree. That's my opinion as well. So let's go down to the end of Cat Street this time. Hi. Yeah, hello. What's up? How you doing? I don't know why I feel like killing you, but none of the others. Just, I don't know. The way you fell out of the window there. It's really annoyed me. Made me want to do it. Okay, I had to come to a complete stop to reload my gun. Very sorry, James. Did not know reloading a gun takes utmost focus. I mean, it probably would. I'd probably want to come to a stop reloading a gun in real life as well, so. Video game characters are really good at reloading their guns on the run. It's quite impressive. I'm just dodging the mannequin legs before they have a chance of waking up. Yes, we just need to keep going straight. Don't get turned around. It's easy to get turned around in a place like this. The fog really hampers your navigation. And the nighttime adds to it, I feel. By making it so dark. I like how the radio almost has a voice you can hear inside. There's some voice there. It's like you can just barely hear the outside worlds. No reason to go back, you're looking for Mary. That makes sense. Ah, yes, it's this one. The door that wakes in darkness, opening it to nightmares. Now we know what it means. The door has now awoken. Now we can pass right through. Here we are on the other side of town. I like how the east and west sides of Silent Hill have two different ambiences. Sets them apart in that way. They don't have two different sets of enemies, though, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so yeah, we just need to go up this way. Those nurses' screams are really creepy. Anything new in here? Don't worry, the video will end soon. Once we make it to the Historical Society. We got a ways to go, but it's fine. We will make it. We will make it in the nick of time. Oh, well. Okay, that was confusing. Alright, yes, park. Parking! Nah, the park itself. Wait, can you go in here? No. I don't think the parking lot of the park is accessible. Man, you have to park at the park. That's kind of redundant, isn't it? So it's by one of the statues. I can't remember where the statues are at the moment. Down here? Okay, this is the praying woman. And as you can see, yes, there is a dirt mound back here. I think I did point this out last time. The ground is raised up only here. Could there be something under here? Will you dig? Yes, without a shovel. Scratching at it like a cat. It's such a funny animation. Hello? Small metal box is fastened by bolts. I can't open the lid. Or can you? I used the wrench. I got the old bronze key. I find this interesting. The top of the old bronze key looks kind of like a mirror. Perhaps we're going to see ourselves in the museum. Or maybe not. We'll have to find out. Okay, let's head back on our way. So now, we want to head down Nathan Avenue, that the quiz was talking about, down to the Silent Hill Historical Society, and then we can launch a boat. But yeah, that's our main goal right now. I do find it funny how the hospital is still circled. He never erases the circles, he just adds new ones. That does make it somewhat confusing as to where you have to go, like, especially because the hospital isn't marked on the map. It's a hospital. Shouldn't that be marked on the map? Speaking of hospitals, by the way, I've got a miniature hospital in my pocket right now with 5 of those. I never expected to get 5 of those that quickly, but that's the strength of solving that quiz. Can I open this? Of course not. You can't even try to open it to see the lock is broken. Oh, by the way, I did want to mention, there is apparently a second message in Neely's bar, aside from, there was a hole here, it's gone now. It's on one of the walls. I somehow missed it in my first visit there, which... Hello? Oh, Lakeview Hotel, we're reading the billboard. 1.6 miles away, that says. I don't think I can aim my flashlight up to it, so, yeah, that's the best view you get of it. There is a second message on one of the walls. I think it only appears after you read the first one, and I missed it, naturally, because I didn't know it was there. That said, it's a good thing I didn't read that message. For a reason we'll discover later. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to let you know it does exist, and I did miss it, and I'm very sorry. Okay, I think this is the gas... Yes, this is the gas station, where you can get the pipe if you haven't yet. But of course, I got the pipe on my first visit, so no problem. No problem here. Like the Earthbound message. I know I can reload it with the animation, but it's actually faster to do it through the menu, so... It's not faster in the unenhanced PC version, where apparently opening the inventory screen takes 5 years for some reason. Silent Hills Historical Society, the stories of the truth. Yeah, I don't know if it's like the Let's Players I watched play the original PC version, the unenhanced edition, if they just had like a really bugged copy or what, but every time they would open the inventory, the game would stop for like 5 seconds and pull it up. And I later saw footage of the PS2 version of the game, the OG Silent Hill 2, and it's not supposed to do that. It is supposed to load the menus a lot faster than it did. It's just for some reason for them, it took forever to open the menus. There we go. Like, I was wondering if the developers did that on purpose as like a pacing decision. Nope. That's just a weird bug with that version of the game. Okay, more nurses. More nurses, and I continue to find... I'm trying to shoot the other one, but I guess we can start by kicking you. That works. Oh, I killed you outright. Okay, then. Texon Gas. There's kind of a similar sounding gas station name in real life, isn't there? 3ADW784. Dora Winifred? Reed? Your ad. I can advertise my YouTube channel on there. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if there was some way to, like, submit an image, in your console that could show up on that billboard in game, like one of your in-game screenshots goes there to mess with you or something? That would be a little fourth wall breaky, and I tend to not like it when horror games get fourth wall breaky. That's just not something I'm a huge fan of. I never really understood the appeal for I'm Scared, a pixelated nightmare that much. For that reason, Quiet Cocktails. I mean, I liked DDLC for a while, but looking back, what I enjoy about DDLC is not the main game. It's the characters and world and everything else. It's the mods people have made that basically just tell stories using the characters without including the horror elements. I mean, they have like serious moments, but they're not scary moments anymore. And I prefer that, honestly. I prefer that to the original game, including like the side stories of the Plus version. Boats to Lakeside Amusement Park and Lakeview Hotel. I'm just calmly reading the sign while my radio's trying to warn me of the nurse that's standing right over here. The original Silent Hill, the first game, also had nurses as enemies, which is interesting. Okay, so I have said before that running all the way to the end of this road does ultimately lead to nothing. So I'm gonna make a quick save, actually, so that I could do a quick load in case there's absolutely nothing. But I'm gonna run all the way down there. Let's see. Baby and Birds Superstore. By and large, it's your superstore. We've got all you need, and so much more. And I love Wall-E. I was watching someone play Stray yesterday for the first time, and it reminded me of just how fucking awesome that game is. And I think a large reason why... Oh, hi, Heaven's Night. Alright, cool. I think a large reason why I like Stray is because it is very Wall-E coded. The main reason why I was stopping to point out the Heaven's Night billboard is because, hey, that's a place we know of. Whereas these other billboards are for places we never heard of before. Okay, there is a note out here, so there is technically something missable. I'm glad I ran all the way to the end of the road then. It's also not that far away from the Historical Society, so it's fine. Oh, man, this guy's body is... Man, rigor mortis really set in, huh? I can't get past him. There's a map here. Ah, so if you go to the end of the road, you'll find this map that tells you go through the bowling alley. I didn't feel like wasting your time with it earlier, so I just went to the bowling alley first thing. Which you can entirely do if you just stumble into it, so yeah. Probably should have ran to the end of the road in that video. Yeah, I just, you know. I did it on my first playthrough, and I found it a colossal waste of time, so yeah. Didn't want to subject y'all to the same thing. Anyway, Stray is a lot like WALL-E, and I think that's a big reason why I love it, because WALL-E is my personal favorite movie ever. I know it's a kid's movie. Shush. It's a great kid's movie. And there's a child still somewhere within me. I know that for sure. Vaccine clinic. I wish I could read those billboards aside from, like, 2 things of text. You can only read the one for the Lakeview Hotel, which makes sense. That's the place you're trying to get to. Okay. Well, Silent Hills Historical Society. With an out-of-breath James, let's use the old bronze key, enter, save the game on this paper here, and then end the video. Yes, quick save. Save over that. We're almost 4 hours into this game, and we're actually kind of getting near the end. I think we are past the halfway point, so yeah, that's how much shorter this game is compared to the remake. Next time on Silent Hill 2, we venture into the Historical Society and face the truth, the abyss, whatever that means. Thank you all for watching if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.